Hello, everyone. This is Real Lion back at you again. First, I'd like to let everyone know I thank those who turn in to watch and hear what I have to say, rather. Really appreciate it, the support, all of the support I can get. Rebranding, restarting this assessment. This is assessment of Don Lemon and his husband. And as much as he talk about domestic terrorism, white supremacy, white dominance, white control, yet he goes to sleep with one, literally. So how can he or anyone else speak for us? You know, this is a classic day Brokeback Mountain, for the lack of a better term, because he talks about um, white supremacy. Because while the network likes to keep it up, this left right type of dinner, but I gotta tell everybody they're all in it together. Mainstream music, mainstream media, TV commercials, kids shows, all radio is all about being a homosexual. That's what it is. To the point that it is spilled over everything. Don Lemon is an embarrassment. Is an embarrassment at the place that I'm sure there are more and more males with white males than it is even actual females with females. If some would think that, but no, I honestly believe that a lot of these brothers feel this is the narrative and the way they have to go. If they want to survive, these are one of the things they want to get into. That's why I don't get caught up in this liberal puppet stuff or conservative and all this other stuff. Because, like I said again, those all of the things that they do and how they infiltrated Martin Luther King, how they infiltrated Malcolm X, Fred Hammond, the Black Panthers, because it was always someone among us that was compromised, someone that betrayed us or used as a mark. It was always some sleeper cell bedwench that master can always go to. It was always some catch and fetch Negro that was ready to shine on demand master's boot. And that's the balance of power that we lack in our community. That's the balance of power what we dealing with. Commentators, to the point that all the shows, that is with us is almost the same. You look at what's that? The Black Panther. That narrative was all messed up. You look at Empire, that's what it's all about. What about All American on the WB? It's all this. It's all the same. It's all the same. So they're forcing the homosexuality is either they're forcing the man or they're forcing the woman or masculine. They call all of these different terms to the point now when it come down to who's really for you, against you, your race is obsolete. But that's what they want us to think, because the core of us don't think that way. And we see right through that. We know it's the fake Jewish people running this stuff because that's what they like to do. That's their nature, is to gravitate to that stuff. So how the King Don Lemon or anyone else say anything about white supremacy or anything like that? And some would say you can actually talk about and call people on their rhetoric. You can actually call people on that. That don't necessarily mean you have to be a sellout, perhaps. But here's the thing with us. If you're talking about the core values of so-called black people in our neighborhoods, in our mindset, it all starts with what? Transparency. It all starts up with someone owning up to their word and be. Now it's like what the old saying they say, don't hate me or don't hate the messenger. That's listen to the message. But I don't believe all of that. I believe Don Lemon, among all of them, if you really see what they all fit 5 criteria: homosexuality, transgenderism, coonery, buffoonery, and catch and fetch mindset. Those are the 5. Then we can talk about politics. That's here or there, but like I tell everyone, that's really the white man's game. More layers that he do to divide us all. And a lot of us take the bait because why? That's the bone that he's throwing to everybody. So People can say black men killing each other, pull our pants up, yeah, yada, yada, yada. But here's the deal with that. If you're blaming the parents, okay, which is valid, but how do you blame the parents when they keep cutting off the tree and it won't let the tree develop and grow? Now, is that fits everybody genre? No. Case in point, how many of us was born with our father in the household? How many of us was born knowing our grandfather? Very few. And we still survive, so you can't go with that narrative either. The problem is these are issues that we have to deal with as a people, and we have to be on code. And like I say, we got to have our own platform that's ran by us, controlled by us, financed by us. Otherwise, if we get everybody else to meddle, they're going to do their agenda. Just like you look at any other nationality, they only going to push their people's agenda. And they only looking for theirs. When you see anyone migrate, they migrate with their own. We the only people that has been bred and taught, not all of us, but the majority of us, thinking that that is the only way for us to thrive is this join hand, kumbaya, everything's everything, rainbow push coalition, and have destroyed us even more than we are. Because now, who do you say who's our leaders? Who do you say the go-to people? Yes, we do got go-to people, but how many of us support them? How many of us rally around them? How many of us, not just with our mouth, financially protect them? Because that's what white supremacy do. They don't have to wear pom-poms. They can passively enforce and empower them people with their money. You may think $2 or $3 don't make a difference, but you'd be surprised. It's just like General Motors or Ford or any of those other cars or Honda. Even though they're not the biggest, but if you get them all those $25,000 to $45,000 cars and people buying by bulk, eventually, that's why you see Mercedes and BMW start making starting at $29,000 cars, because it's quality and quantity that matters. You can't stop everybody, but if you can, you will. And that's my